It's been about a week since I made my last video. And I'm sitting down here, I'm feeling nervous as hell to just start talking to a camera. Doing multiple takes, none of it feels authentic, none of it feels like a video that I would make. But I have to make this. I have to get back on the wagon because I'm gonna be authentic. I'm gonna be honest. I have relapsed on my addiction to gaming. For about 11 months, till like November 30th, so basically 12 months, I had not touched a game at all in 2024. Right? It had been a big thing for me because for years, since I was 5 years old, I played video games almost every single day. Yet this year, I decided to quit. Video games were not helping me within my life because as I started to grow older, especially during COVID, it just started taking over my life where I couldn't stop myself from playing no matter how badly I wanted to because I had nothing to do all day. I would sit down in front of the computer and think, I don't have friends. I don't have anything worth working towards. I'm trapped inside my house. I might as well just play games all day, right? And it was fun at first, genuinely. But sometime during that time period, doing that every single day created such bad habits within my life that I'm still not rid of it years later. That if I sit down in front of a game, a decent game, not like a flash game like Fireboy and Water Girl, if I sit down and play a genuinely well made game, I will not be able to take myself away from it for hours on end. I'll sit there. I'll know I have things to do. I know I have to make a YouTube video, for example. I know I have to write. I have to go train for track and field. None of it matters anymore. I would just sit down in a chair with my computer out there and start playing for the entire day. My mindset would shift from being productive to thinking, how can I arrange my timetable to get the most amount of time to play games? And I did that, right? This past week, that's all I've done. I've almost skipped a few days of track and field, and I missed one day yesterday. Just thinking about it, I'm like, how could I have missed that? How could I have made that mistake? And I'm not trying to get any pity here. I'm not trying to say, man, it was out of my control, because it wasn't. It wasn't. It was on me. I'm not torn up about it. I made a mistake. It's in the past. But what I want to say is, if you're struggling with something, right? If you're going through something, I don't know. Maybe you have video game addiction too. Maybe you're struggling with other bad habits. I don't know. I still am addicted to gaming. But starting today, I've decided to quit again. Right? It's difficult. It's super difficult. And having that mental power, the mental willpower to just abstain from it, to have a reason to not do it, even though it's the most fun thing I possibly could be doing within my life. I just realized the only time I can change, the best time to change, the best time to actually make a decision to start moving towards something better, to be a better person, is now. There is no future. There is no past. Whenever you decide to quit something, whenever you decide to just let it go, it can only happen in the now. Right? Just think about it. Because you can't ever do something tomorrow. You can only do something right now. Tomorrow never gets here. The past is gone. If you're struggling, if you want change, if you want to be a better person, right? You want to face your fears and become better at talking to people. You want to go out and start working out in the gym. You want to pursue something that's interesting to you, or maybe you just want to get over something that you've been struggling with for a long ass time. It starts now. That is the best time to start. To make the conscious decision to not wait and waste your time, waste your life, thinking that one day it will be over. Stop waiting for the completion of anything within your life. That's from The Way of the Superior Man, chapter 1. And that chapter is so, so true. Because over this past week, I've been telling myself, dude, you could just give up on Sunday. You should play all of today, all of Friday, all of Saturday. So then when you come back on Sunday, you'll know you're done with it. Even though it's not fun, even though you're not enjoying it, you'll be done. You'll have done all that you need to. I told myself that, and then on Sunday I thought, maybe I'll play a little bit more. You know what, like I haven't done everything I want to do. It gradually just pulls me in every single day. If you want to change, there's no better time to do it than now. There's no better action to take than just being the person that you want to be. Because ask yourself, what would the best version of yourself do? How would the best version of yourself act? Would they indulge in that bad habit? Would they play the video games? Would they watch the porn? Would they scroll on a phone for hours on end? What would they do? What would the highest version of yourself do? Because asking myself that question, it made me realize that I don't really need gaming within my life. That, yeah, it's fun, but not that much anymore. That while gaming is fun, it doesn't really help me get anywhere productive within my life. It doesn't really give me any lasting sort of success. In fact, I was playing this game yesterday, and as I was doing, I was just sat there thinking, what the hell am I doing with my life? Right? Like, there is no point to this. This is so useless. It's just pixels on a screen going up and down. It doesn't even mean anything important. It didn't make any sense to me, and I was indulging in it. But yeah, like, real life is the best game out there. Real life is the best thing to optimize, the best thing to actually work on and fulfill. Because games are fun. They used to be, at least. But I've never got that sense of fulfillment from a game compared to going to the gym, training with my friends in track and field, writing pages in my novel and actually thinking, wow, that shit, I cooked today. I cooked, right? Or making a YouTube video. I still find a struggle to like improve at this day in, day out. But when somebody leaves a comment saying, man, keep going, you're doing really good. This content is awesome. It's like, wow, I'm genuinely helping people. I'm genuinely putting some value out there. It doesn't matter that I'm not huge. Progress will come. Success will come. But we all have limited amount of energy that we can put into things. So where do you want to unbalance yourself? Where do you want to put that energy into? Because for me, video games are not the answer. And if you can play video games with moderation and it enhances your life and makes you happy, that's awesome, man. That's great for you. That's awesome. But for me, that's just not how it works. I can't do that. So if you're struggling with something along that line, and you want to quit, but you're waiting, right? You're waiting for something to save you. You're waiting for that perfect moment. Get that delusion out of your mind right now. And I'm not saying this is a guy who's mastered himself. It's day one of quitting video games again. But I'm not saying this is a guy who's mastered. I'm saying this guy who's going through the same thing. Stop waiting. Stop telling yourself you're going to do another day. Make the decision to do it now. Make the decision to just change your life and be the person you want to be at this moment. And if that's really difficult, do it for 30 minutes. Be the person you want to be for 30 minutes. And then keep going. Keep taking the action. Clean up your environment. Take away all the distractions that are holding you back. For example, usually I don't have any gadgets in my room. Gadgets meaning my phone, a computer. I changed that up. I thought maybe I'll get a computer here. I haven't done that for so long, though habits have to be gone by now. As soon as I put a MacBook into my room, as soon as I started working on YouTube within my room, I got so distracted. It started off with me switching tabs, watching YouTube videos, before slipping and sliding into playing video games for hours on end. And clean your environment up with distractions. I got rid of the computer. No more mouses, no more things to do on an internet sort of thing. My room is gadget free. Clean up your environment. Have a genuine reason for what you're going to do instead, right? It's easy to say I'm going to quit, but then have nothing to do with your time. Get a book, read something, go outside. Today I literally woke up and I sat in my bed for half an hour just sitting there. Like my life, it felt like I had no energy. I was sitting up, I was looking around my room and thinking, what the hell? I've got to restart from zero today. Eventually I got myself out. I made my bed, the most basic thing I could possibly do. I sat down in my chair instead of just working on writing, following my routine, getting back into the swing of things and doing everything all at once. That shit does not work. Right? Going from 0 to 100 just is not feasible. It's not sustainable. Instead of just starting to work, instead of writing, making a YouTube video right off the bat, being everything and trying to go back to 100% like I was before, all I did was sit down and meditate for 2 minutes in my chair. The one that you see right before you. I sat down for 2 minutes and meditated. Then for another 2 minutes, I visualized and told myself affirmations. After that, I read a little page of like my personal mission statement, the person I want to be, the values I want to live by. I wrote that shit down. Then I read it. And afterwards I did like 25 push-ups, 25 squats, 50 jumping jacks. And it sounds so simple. But that's what you need. If you're going from zero and you're trying to improve, if you're trying to get out of this rut that you're in, start at the basic shit. Start at the rock bottom foundation. I went to the washroom. I got ready for the day. Instead of hitting like time to work, I folded my laundry. I cleaned up one of my drawers down there with my underwear and my socks. I shoveled the snow. I threw out the garbage. I just did these small things to make me realize, shoot, I've made a mistake. I have genuinely fucked up. But do you know what? That's in the past. I made the mistake, but I don't have to let that define me. I don't have to let the mistake make me into a failure. I don't have to let it tell me that I can't do anything productive. I decide the interpretation. I decide what I'm going to do going forwards. And for me, I'm learning from the mistake. I realize that I made it, but I'm capable of bouncing back. I'm capable of learning that, shoot, I made that mistake. It sucked. I don't feel good about it. But you know, I can learn from it. I can make sure I don't make it again. I can start building myself back up because I did it before. Why can't I do it again? Millions of other people have done the same thing, right? A lot of alcoholics, they have it way worse than me. But they've gone to AA meetings. They've overcome. And if they can do it, if they can overcome, if they can do something that difficult, so can I. Right? Your mistakes don't define you. They give you a bit of like direction to realize you're going off the path. You should come back. You should realign yourself to get to where you want to go. But the only person who can do it is you. The only time you can get started is right now. Not tomorrow, not yesterday, not sometime in the future. Quitting never gets easier than just quitting. Right? If you want to get rid of it, if you want to get over your mistakes, whatever you're going through, whatever you may be struggling with. Maybe you're not struggling with anything at all. You're just watching a guy talk about his own experience. The best time to start is now. Start before you know how. Don't wait for the perfect moment. That's all I have to say for this video. Thank you for watching. Consider subscribing if you like this content. Peace.